Good evening. Welcome to our Cardozo Middle School families. It is my pleasure, tonight I'll take this off, excuse me. It is my pleasure to be talking about bringing students back to school. But before we get started, I want to introduce Miss Edwina Azevedo. She is the new vice principal at Cardozo Middle School for this year.
Good evening, I'm Ms. Azevedo y quería darles las buenas venidas a nuestro broadcast aquí que vamos a hacer, que vamos a hablar con mucho placer del regreso a las clases de nuestros estudiantes. Soy la subdirectora de la escuela y aquí conmigo está el director de la escuela, el señor Pizzini.
Yeah, tonight we are going to be talking about some important dates coming up and some structures that students will be facing as we reopen schools. We will cover the reopening dates for 6th grade and 7th and 8th grade. We're going to review the two types of programs we're offering at Cardozo Middle School. We will talk a little bit about the safety precautions that we will be asking students, staff, and parents to follow. And at the end, if there's any questions that you have, if there's any questions at all during the course of this program tonight, if you can please just enter it in the chat room. We have some people in the back of the room that will be looking at the chats and then forwarding to us. So we'll try to answer as many of your questions as we can. So now I'll turn it over to Miss Azevedo will be delivering the Spanish information after I do the English.
Gracias. Entonces, nuestra agenda para hoy, vamos a hablar de las fechas de reapertura de la escuela, de la estructura y los horarios de las clases presenciales y las clases virtuales, de la seguridad en el campus o en la escuela. Y si tienen algunas preguntas, vamos a contestar preguntas al final, pero también durante la presentación pueden poner sus preguntas en el chat porque tenemos personas que están contestando a estas preguntas.
Next one. As we reopen school, families have options to choose from. We are offering an on-campus instruction as well as VIP programs. Those are virtual instruction programs that will be very similar to what we're doing with distance learning, but there are some major differences between VIP programs and our current distant learning programs.
Vamos a hablar de los programas de instrucción que vamos a tener y vamos a tener con la reapertura del campus, vamos a tener dos tipos de programas. Uno va a ser de instrucción en el campus, que es instrucción o clases presenciales en que los estudiantes están en la escuela. Y también vamos a tener el programa de VIP, que quiere decir que las clases van a ser virtuales para nuestros estudiantes.
Dana, they're saying that there's no audio. We can hear it when we turn on the audio here.
Can I hear it now? Because I see the audio going.
Parece que hay un problema de audio.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, we had a volume problem, but it looks like it is fixed. So, next slide. So let's quickly just review the two types of models that we will open up with. First is our on-campus hybrid model. In that model, students will attend on-campus instruction 2 days a week, and then they will be at home 3 days a week for asynchronous instruction. In our VIP model, that model for 7th and 8th grade is 100% self-directed learning. Students will be using the Edgenuity educational software, and the expectation is that they will be working towards course completion in math, science, social studies, and English, and they will be working 5 days a week using Edgenuity education.
Los dos modelos, empezando con el modelo de instrucción en el campus o de clases presenciales, que va a ser un modelo híbrido, en que los estudiantes vienen a clases en el campus 2 días a la semana y tienen 3 días asincrónicos, en que las clases son virtuales y sin maestro. El modelo VIP quiere decir que la instrucción va a ser el 100% autodirigida por los estudiantes utilizando el software educativo Edgenuity, 5 días a la semana.
Now, there is one difference between our 6th grade VIP model and the 7th and 8th grade model. The 6th grade model will follow more closely to what students are currently doing in 6th grade with our distance learning. And as the program goes on, we will explain that in a little bit more detail.
Y más tarde vamos a explicar un poco mejor, pero hay una diferencia entre el 6º grado y los otros dos, en que el 6º grado, el modelo que va a seguir es un poco más cerca de del modelo virtual que tenemos ahora.
Okay, go ahead. So let's first just cover the on-campus hybrid model and give you some of the very basic details. Our campus will open at 8:25 a.m., so students will not be entering campus before that time. We have breakfast will be served from 8:25 to 8:40, and with a 5-minute passing period, and instruction will begin promptly at 8:45. Instruction will continue through noon, at which time all students will be dismissed. If there are bus riders on campus, bus riders will stay until 12:30 when buses pick them up. All other students are expected to leave campus at 12 o'clock after they grab their lunch.
El modelo de instrucción presencial, el horario para el modelo es que el campus o la escuela va a abrir a las 8:25. Se sirve el desayuno de las 8:25 a las 8:40 de la mañana. Las clases empiezan a las 8:45 hasta las 12. Las clases terminan a las 12 y los buses vienen. Hay una recorrida a las 12:30, 12:30. Los estudiantes que no van en el bus, en el autobús, tienen que salir de la escuela, irse a su casa a las 12, no se pueden quedar. Los otros estudiantes se van a quedar hasta las 12:30.
So let's talk about the structure of the on-campus hybrid model. Students will be grouped into one of 2 cohorts or groups. Cohort A, the students in cohort A will attend on-campus instruction Mondays and Thursdays. Students in cohort B will attend on-campus instruction Tuesdays and Fridays. And on Wednesday of each week, all students will be at home getting instruction via distant learning.
Hay dos grupos en el modelo de instrucción presencial, el grupo A y el grupo B. En el grupo A, los estudiantes asisten a la escuela los lunes y jueves en el campus, en la escuela. Y el grupo B, los martes y los viernes. Toda la instrucción es a distancia los miércoles.
Now, one more. All right, so this is how the 7th and 8th grade cohorts are set up. We've given you the days, but a student on either of the cohorts, on their first day at school, they will attend their period schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4. The next day they come to campus, they will go to classes 6, 7, and 8. And at the end of their second day, after their 8th period, they will return to their first period class, where we have the whole school will be involved in a school-wide academic support program. In that program, students will be getting support, either tutoring, enrichment, or help just completing homework. So we've built in a day once a week, or a period, I should say, once a week, where students have the opportunity to get caught up with work or get help with any of the subjects they are having problems with.
Para los dos grupos que vienen en la escuela, tenemos el grupo A y el grupo B. El primer día que vienen, como puede ser el lunes o el martes para el grupo B, tienen los periodos 1, 2, 3 y 4. Y el segundo día tienen el 6, 7, 8 y después regresan al periodo 1. En el periodo 1, todos los estudiantes se reportan al primer periodo para apoyo académico estratégico. Es una oportunidad para instrucción y apoyo social y emocional también, y claro, también para el apoyo académico. Los miércoles todos los estudiantes están en sus casas para instrucción virtual.
So here, this is just a picture of the schedule that we just talked about. Again, students will follow periods 1 through 4 on their first day on campus. They will go to periods 6, 7, 8, and then return to period 1 for what we are calling Eagle Time, which is the school-wide academic support. And as you can see on Wednesday, all students are at home doing distant learning.
Aquí tienen una imagen del horario de los dos grupos A y B y pueden ver que el lunes para el grupo A tiene el periodo 1, 2, 3 y 4, martes para el grupo B 1, 2, 3 y 4, después grupo A regresa el jueves para el periodo 6, 7, 8 y después tienen lo que llamamos Eagle Time, que es el tiempo, el periodo que estaba hablando que tienen para apoyo académico o social y emocional. Y el grupo B lo tiene los viernes, periodo 6, 7, 8 y Eagle Time también.
This is the 6th grade on-campus schedule. You can see that this is very similar to what students are doing now. The one exception is that school, because we have to be out by 12 o'clock, that the periods are just a little bit shorter than 6th grade is experiencing now. But again, 6th grade students, half of them come on Monday and Thursday, the other half come on Tuesday and Friday, and everyone is home on Wednesday.
Bien, aquí tenemos el horario de los grupos del sexto grado. Es muy semejante a lo que tenemos ahora, pero los periodos son más cortos porque tenemos que salir de la escuela o terminar la escuela a las 12. Como pueden ver, el grupo A viene los lunes y jueves, y después el grupo B los martes y viernes, y todos a distancia en los miércoles.
And before you move on, so that is, we just talked about the on-campus hybrid model. Should we take the time to see if there's any questions about that model?
We have no questions.
Okay.
The only question we do have, Kevin, is that, when will they be notified if they're in cohort A or cohort B? And I told them the week before school started.
Okay, a question came of when parents would be notified of what cohort, and we are currently in the process of constructing those cohorts, but we're trying to, as a district, align our cohorts across the different schools so that families can get their kids in school on the same days. So, but you will be notified within, at least a week before school opens up.
Había una pregunta de cuándo van a recibir los horarios de sus, van a saber en qué grupo están sus hijos, y la respuesta es que les será dicho, estarán avisados la semana antes de empezar, porque estamos en el proceso de alinear o hacer con que los grupos de la secundaria sean como los grupos de la primaria, para que las familias y los niños de la misma familia puedan venir los mismos días. Entonces, les avisaremos la semana antes de empezar las clases.
All right, so now we will shift to talking about the VIP program, the Virtual Instruction Program. This is a virtual instruction is available as a voluntary option by students and parents who are uncomfortable with the COVID era in-person schooling.
La instrucción virtual del programa de instrucción virtual está disponible como una opción voluntaria para los estudiantes y los padres que se sienten incómodos con la educación presencial de la era en que nos encontramos, que es la era COVID.
And though we do appreciate the concerns over the COVID situation, it will be important to consider the VIP and consider some of the restrictions that the VIP program has as far as learning and access to teachers. So first off, to apply for the VIP program, families must submit a VIP application to Riverbank Unified School District office by Monday, March 1st. On the screen, you're looking at a date of Tuesday, March 2nd. That is a mistake. The application must be in by Monday, March 1st to the district office. And applications can be downloaded at the Riverbank Unified School District website.
Aunque entendemos muy bien las dificultades y las preocupaciones de la era COVID, también queremos que sepan que el programa de instrucción virtual independiente es un programa bastante restrictivo. Las familias que sí están interesadas en el programa pueden o deben enviar una solicitud a la oficina del distrito. Ahí tienen la fecha del 2 de marzo, eso está equivocado, es el lunes, el 1 de marzo de 2021. Y pueden descargar la aplicación en el sitio del distrito.
To complete the application process for the VIP program, students must be enrolled in Riverbank Unified School District prior to submitting the application. If you need help enrolling at Cardozo, please call our office at 869-2591 or look on our website for the number. Also, good attendance and completion of weekly assignments is an expectation for all students in the VIP program. And it must be known that the VIP instruction is 100% self-directed learning.
Muy bien. Para el programa VIP o de instrucción virtual independiente, el estudiante debe estar inscrito en el distrito antes de enviar la solicitud. Si necesitan ayuda para completar la inscripción en nuestra escuela, pueden conectarse con nosotros al 869-2591 en la Escuela Cardoso. En el programa también se espera buena asistencia y la finalización de las tareas semanales de todos los estudiantes. La instrucción VIP es 100% aprendizaje a distancia.
Now, here is the biggest difference between the VIP programs. Our sixth graders that attend VIP, they will be following a very similar schedule as they do now with distance learning, with some slight modifications to timing, but they will be, it'll be,
They're having sound issues with it.
it will be online instruction with a, having some difficulties.
Should have buffered out.
Again, I will back up because we had some technical difficulties. The difference, sixth graders that are in the VIP program, they will be experiencing very similar instructional experience as they do now with distance learning. The only modification is that the periods will be a little bit shorter because of the dismissal time of 12 o'clock. They will have access to a sixth grade teacher that will be with them through all 5 days of the school week. The 7th and 8th grade, as mentioned earlier with Edgenuity, 7th and 8th grade is 100% self-directed virtual instruction. Students will use Edgenuity software to complete lessons in 4 academic subjects: math, English, science, and history. There will be a VIP teacher to monitor student attendance and assignment completion only. The other caveat would be that the VIP students will not have access to PE and elective courses.
Bien. En el modelo VIP, el sexto grado sigue el modelo de aprendizaje a distancia de la Escuela Secundaria Cardoso, que es semejante a lo que tenemos ahora, pero con los periodos más cortos y se encuentran con el maestro un poco menos de tiempo virtual, en clases virtuales. El séptimo y octavo grados siguen la instrucción virtual 100% autodirigida. Quiere decir que los estudiantes usarán el software Ingenuity para completar las lecciones en las 4 materias académicas básicas, que son las matemáticas, inglés, ciencias e historia. El maestro únicamente supervisa la asistencia y la finalización de las tareas. Los estudiantes no tienen acceso a las clases como educación física y clases optativas.
I would let them know that that's a credentialing issue, that's why it's different.
Is that a question that came up?
No, just let them know.
Okay, one more. The question came up about the schedule for sixth grade. And the reason that students in 7th and 8th grade are using Edgenuity comes down to a credentialing issue. As far as staffing goes, we do not have credentialed teachers from every course subject that we would be able to make available to 7th and 8th graders to do VIP instruction. 6th grade teachers are credentialed in all subjects, so it makes it a lot easier and allows us to be a lot more flexible in developing a program for 6th grade. As you see in front of you is the 6th grade schedule for VIP instruction. Monday and Thursday, the teacher will be doing complete lessons And on Tuesday and Friday, we'll be engaged in small group instruction, tutoring, and intervention. And then on Wednesday, it'll be basically the same as Monday and Thursday, where the teacher will cover all subjects. And the students will also get a chance to do PE and electives.
Antes de hablar del horario del sexto grado, queríamos contestar que una pregunta sobre por qué los estudiantes del séptimo y octavo grados tienen que seguir el programa Edgenuity en el modelo VIP. Y el director estaba explicando que en este programa los estudiantes de los grados 7 y 8 tienen que utilizar este programa porque nosotros no tenemos maestros con credenciales para todos o todas las materias. Entonces, los del séptimo y octavo grado tienen que seguir un programa virtual. Los del sexto grado siguen el horario que tienen en su pantalla, que empiezan el lunes con también el jueves tienen las cuatro clases básicas, académicas básicas, y después siguen tienen las mismas clases el miércoles, y también tienen su educación física y su clase optativa este día.
And again, to reiterate the 7th and 8th grade schedule, and one of the things that families need to consider are the following. The fact that Ingenuity is a self-directed and self-paced instruction. We ask that you think very carefully about, is your middle school student prepared to be successful in a self-directed, self-paced environment? The Edgenuity teacher is available during office hours, and that is to discuss the progress that the student is making towards completion. The time, office hours for that teacher will be determined and will be relayed to the student before classes start. Attendance and credit on the VIP program for 7th and 8th graders is based on a completion of 12% of the course each week. If a student can complete 12% of the course each week, that will put them on path to reach 100% completion by the end of the 9-week quarter. The course grades are determined by the acceptable completion of coursework in each of the 4 core subject areas.
El programa de Edgenuity es un programa en que la instrucción es autodirigida y al ritmo del estudiante, lo que quiere decir que los estudiantes tienen que ser responsables por su propio aprendizaje. Tienen que seguir lo que el programa pide. El maestro del programa de Edgenuity sí está disponible durante el horario de oficina, que va a ser determinado. Y esto para discutir el progreso de los estudiantes en la clase. Para tener crédito de asistencia en la clase, eso va a ser basado en completar el 12% de la clase cada semana. La calificación del curso es determinada por la finalización aceptable del trabajo de curso.
At this time, I know we've covered a lot of information about the VIP program. I'd like to take the opportunity to see if there's any questions about the VIP program for either 6th, 7th, or 8th grade.
No se olviden de poner las preguntas que tengan en el chat para que las podamos contestar a medida en que vamos hablando y presentando al mismo tiempo.
Mr. Biazzini, there are none at this time.
I am being told that there are no questions concerning the VIP program. So let's now go into the COVID-19 safety practices and protocols that I'm sure that all families are concerned about. So, face coverings, while students are on campus, face coverings and social distancing will be enforced at all times. All students and staff will wear masks at all times. Our classrooms are built to be at less than 50% capacity. Desks maintain social distancing. Hand washing, sanitizing are available in every classroom. Our restrooms are sanitized 3 times a day. We are set up for, there will be no sharing of school supplies. Every student will have their own supplies. Student desks are sanitized each period. All staff will be involved in monitoring foot traffic throughout the day so that social distancing practices can be enforced. All food is prepackaged. We do have a COVID isolation station in the nurse's office where if anyone has any symptoms related to COVID or COVID-like, they will be separated from the rest of the student population and monitored. And we ask that parents are very cooperative and responsive to these procedures as well.
Vamos a hablar un poco de las medidas de seguridad de salud del que vamos a cumplir para la seguridad con COVID, como por ejemplo el cumplimiento con mascarillas y distanciamiento social. Todos los estudiantes y empleados del distrito usan máscaras todo el tiempo. Las clases vienen con menos de 50% de capacidad, o sea, solo la mitad de los estudiantes estarán en las clases. Todos los escritorios de los estudiantes van a mantener el distanciamiento social. Lavado y desinfección de manos disponible en todos los salones. Los baños son desinfectados 3 veces al día. No se permite compartir útiles escolares en las clases, pero los tenemos disponibles para los estudiantes que los necesiten. Los escritorios son desinfectados cada periodo. El tráfico peatonal, o sea, los que están caminando por la escuela, esto va a ser monitoreado para el distanciamiento social. El desayuno y el almuerzo van preenvasados en bolsas para los estudiantes. También hay una estación de aislamiento de COVID que para que si hay algún estudiante o alguien que tenga síntomas, algún tipo de síntoma que pueda ser COVID, se separa, se aísla de las otras personas y esta estación está supervisada por la enfermera. Y vamos a hablar de los procedimientos de cooperación y capacidad de respuesta de los padres y lo que les pedimos.
We are asking that parents be very proactive as they send students to school to help us make sure that we mitigate all learning loss due to closed classrooms. So we ask that parents take the temperature of your students daily prior to arriving at school. If they have a temperature over 101, I believe, then please consider keeping them home. Parents are requested to keep students home for 72 hours after symptoms have subsided. Parents and students are requested to encourage and participate in mask wearing, social distancing, and sanitizing practices on a daily basis.
Se solicita a los padres que tomen la temperatura de los estudiantes diariamente antes de llegar a la escuela. También que mantengan en casa a los estudiantes que muestren fiebre o síntomas similares a los de la gripe. Por ejemplo, si tienen una temperatura de 100, se deben quedar en la casa. También se solicita a los padres que mantengan al estudiante en casa durante 72 horas después de que todos los síntomas hayan desaparecido. Y sin haber tomado para la fiebre como medicamentos como Tylenol o algo así que le pueda quebrar la fiebre. Se solicita a los padres y estudiantes que alienten y participen en el uso de máscaras, distanciamiento social y prácticas de desinfección.
On behalf of my entire staff and Ms. Azevedo, we are very excited about bringing students back onto our campus. We provided a lot of information this evening. I know it was a lot to digest, and more information will follow, more detailed information as we get closer to the opening of school. I'd like to take the time right now to answer any questions that any of you have that have come up from tonight's presentation.
Mr. Bazzini, could you remind them of start dates of sixth grade and then seventh and eighth grade?
The start dates for the reopening at Cardozo Middle School on Monday, March 15th, we will be bringing sixth graders back. And you will have, your students will know what cohorts they are in prior to that date. We'll be bringing them back, and the following Monday, March 22nd, we will be bringing back our seventh and eighth graders.
Mr. Mazzini, they asked about bus schedules. Could you tell them that bus routes will be running that as normal, but it'll be, well, it's obviously at 50% capacity?
The question came about bus schedules. Currently, bus schedules are being designed, but buses will run pretty much normal in regards to if you are a bus rider, if you are a certain radius away from the school, and you are a bus rider, we will have those schedules out to you as soon as the Transportation Department has the entire busing situation figured out.
Había una pregunta sobre la situación de transporte y los autobuses van a recoger a los estudiantes casi como normal, pero estamos trabajando en los horarios. Antes de contestar la última pregunta, el director había hablado un poco de que estamos muy entusiasmados con el regreso de los estudiantes a las clases y queríamos recordarles que el sexto grado regresa el lunes, el 15 de marzo, y séptimo y octavo grados regresan el 22 de marzo, también un lunes.
Could you also remind them when you will be notifying them of their cohorts?
Yeah, like mentioned earlier, the cohorts on the week before the start date, all students will be notified of the cohort that they will be in and a reminder of what days they will attend. Each family will get notification through our regroup communication system with a copy of the daily schedule for all students on the hybrid model.
Que los estudiantes que siguen el modelo híbrido van a recibir sus grupos, van a saber en qué grupo están y cuál es su horario una semana antes de empezar las clases.
They want to know what the pickup protocol is. There a drive-up area? Their student is a sixth grader.
Being picked up from
Pick up
school?
and drop off, yeah.
Okay, good question. For those parents of sixth graders that are not familiar with our pickup and drop-off policy, when you are picking your student up from school, you can park in any of the designated parking areas that are available to you along Santa Fe Street and Fifth Street. Typically, parents will line up in their cars right along the northern side of the street, along the gym and the music room, and wait for their students to be picked up there. So either in the parking slots or along the front of the gym is an acceptable place to park to pick up your kid from school.
Okay, la pregunta era para los estudiantes del sexto grado que no están aún acostumbrados o los padres que no están acostumbrados a dejar a sus niños o a recoger a sus niños, cómo lo pueden hacer o dónde lo pueden hacer. El director dice que pueden estacionar en las áreas designadas cerca del gimnasio de la escuela o en el estacionamiento y ahí los niños van hasta sus carros.
Let them know that the VIP form is available online on our website and that they can fill it out and submit it electronically or personally to the CMS school office.
The VIP application can be downloaded from the Riverbank Unified School website. It can be filled out electronically or printed out and filled out and returned to the Cardozo Middle School office.
La pregunta sobre la solicitud para el programa VIP de instrucción virtual y la pueden bajar en el site de la escuela, en la página del distrito, y si necesitan entregarla en la oficina de la escuela Cardozo lo pueden hacer o en el distrito.
They want to know if sixth grade students will have a tour of the campus and how many teachers they will have.
A question came up about sixth graders as far as getting familiar with the campus. Our first week, and as I said earlier in the presentation, the reason we are dedicating that first week to sixth graders is to get them fully acclimated to our campus. So we will have a full week of tours, engaging students with our positive behavior intervention and support protocols at Cardozo Middle School. We want to give all of our sixth graders a very solid foundation about life at Cardozo Middle School. So we will be spending that first week with a lot of activities to get them associated with our campus. And the teachers, we have sixth grade teachers, and all of them will participate in the first week getting our sixth graders online at Cardozo.
And how many will each student have?
How many what?
Teachers.
Oh, is that the question? How many teachers will they have? Each sixth grade teacher will have 2 teachers. They will have a math and science teacher and an English and history teacher.
La pregunta era sobre si los estudiantes del sexto grado van a tener visitas en la escuela para aprender sobre la escuela, y cuántos maestros van a tener. Cada estudiante del sexto grado va a tener 2 maestros, y si la primera semana de clases va a ser en que todos los maestros del sexto grado, que son 6 maestros, van a llevar a sus estudiantes a conocer más sobre el programa de buen comportamiento que tenemos en la escuela y también a conocer la escuela en sí misma.
There's a lot of questions on what VIP is.
A lot of question on what VIP is.
So,
Okay.
can you explain what our
Yeah.
VIP will be?
There's a lot of questions about VIP. VIP is Virtual Instructional Program. All students on VIP will be at home. Sixth graders is going to be very similar to what they're doing now in their distance learning. They will have a sixth grade teacher that will be delivering instruction on a daily basis, much like it is right now. For 7th and 8th graders, the VIP program is very different than that they're used to. For those of you that have students that are familiar, the best I can explain, if they're familiar with iReady. iReady is a program that students in Riverbank Unified use. It is a self-directed learning. Students in the VIP 7th and 8th grade will be online. They will be following instruction through the program, the VIP program. There will be no teacher interaction for VIP 7th and 8th graders. The only access they will have to an instructor is the VIP instructor, which will be giving them information and feedback on their progress towards completion of their courses. So that's one of the main considerations you want to make with VIP is the access to a live teacher is going to be a lot different than what students are experiencing right now in distance learning.
La pregunta era sobre el programa VIP o VIP, que es el programa de instrucción virtual. Y el programa de instrucción virtual no es muy diferente a nivel de sexto grado, en que siguen el mismo modelo de aprendizaje, pero con los periodos más cortos de lo que tenemos ahora. De los 2 grados 7 y 8, la instrucción virtual es bastante diferente en que sigue el programa Ingenuity, que es un programa en que el estudiante hace su propio aprendizaje en el programa virtual. Es autodirigido por completo. Todas las tareas que hace, las asignaturas que hace, son a través del programa y no de un maestro. Los estudiantes utilizan el programa solo en las 4 materias básicas, que son matemáticas, inglés, ciencias, historia. Y hay un maestro que lo único que hace es verificar la asistencia del estudiante y si el estudiante está completando las asignaturas o las tareas del programa. Estos estudiantes no tendrán acceso a clases como educación física y otras clases optativas. Es muy importante que recuerden que el programa es para estudiantes responsables que puedan seguir el programa ellos solos.
Let them know if they have any questions. The questions are reoccurring, so they can watch the video again. And if they have any questions, they can send them to support@riverbank.k12.ca.us and or call your office.
Okay. So there are a lot of questions, but you can review this program on the YouTube channel, Riverbank's YouTube channel. And if there are any questions, you have any questions whatsoever regarding the reopening of either hybrid on campus or the VIP model, please contact my office, 869-2591, and I will personally answer whatever questions or concerns you have and try to make you feel good about the decision that you're about to make as we reopen Cardozo Middle School.
Hay preguntas reocurrentes, entonces queríamos recordarles que pueden rever el programa, repasar el programa, las preguntas y las respuestas a través del site de Riverbank, que tiene este programa en nuestro canal de YouTube. Pueden verlo, la grabación, y si tienen más preguntas pueden llamar a la Escuela Cardozo al 869-2591 y intentemos contestar todas las preguntas. Aquí terminamos. Buenas noches.
On behalf of my entire staff, I appreciate your time tonight, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you as we reopen Cardozo Middle School. Thank
Let them
you.
know that the high school will be on at 6:30, same damn channel.
The high school will be presenting their reopening program at 6:30.
Si tienen preguntas sobre la escuela preparatoria, su programa va a empezar a las 6:30, en pocos minutos.
Thank you, and good night.
Muchas gracias. Buenas noches.